Do you have a place to get away? Everybody needs a place to get away. That's what I want to talk about today. Many of you know that several times a year we come down to a place in the Ozarks called Big Cedar. It's a resort on Table Rock Lake, and it's our favorite place to come. It's kind of our home away from home. We've been coming down here since before Kelly and I were married, and each of the kids almost grew up down here. We're just now coming in. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this place, and we're going to talk about getting away, the importance of having different places to go. We just came down. We headed down this morning after something at home and came past our property north of here, which is on a different lake. And now we're here. We're going to be spending the week down here, and I'll make some more videos for you all. Some I'm just going to be putting on Patreon. Some I'll be putting on Patreon and YouTube. This one I think will go on YouTube. This is just one of the most beautiful places you've ever seen. Now, if you're not familiar with Big Cedar, and some of you probably are, you'll enjoy this drive down. But if you're not, it's considered one of the top resorts in the United States. It was developed and it's owned by Johnny Morris, and if you're not familiar with him, he is the one who owns Bass Pro, and now Cabela's, and he owns Big Cedar here and Top of the Rock, and a lot of other, Dogwood Canyon, just a lot of other things. Well, this is going to be a good lesson to people who think that they can't do better than they're doing right now. Johnny Morris was a son of a couple of very poor people. His I can't remember his mother or his father. I think it's his father, was one of 10 children who grew up in a 2-bedroom house. Johnny himself, when he became a teenager, he got interested in hunting and fishing and bass fishing in particular, and started his first business in an 8-square-foot section of his father's liquor store close to Springfield, Missouri. From that, he bought just thousands of acres in the Ozarks. That's where Bass Pro started. He started selling fishing lures on a little table in the back of his dad's liquor store. From that came Bass Pro, and then bought Cabela's, and he's developed this Big Cedar, Top of the Rock. I'm going to make some more. You all will be able to see some of these things. But it is a true American success story. Now, the reason that I talk about this, and I'm going to let you drive in the whole way with us, because this is quite a drive. And we love it. By the way, I'm going to insert something here. One of the reasons we come down in the wintertime is because we always hope for snow. I've never seen a more beautiful place than this place when it snows, and we always hope for inclement weather. We're not really, even though this is on Table Rock Lake, we're not so much lake people, although we do enjoy coming down, getting on the boats and things. But we love it when it's bad weather. As a matter of fact, the first time that I brought Kelly down here was for her birthday, over 20 years ago. And when we woke up, there's a good picture of Table Rock Lake. We'll be getting down there in a couple of minutes. And when we woke up, looking out the window right next to the bed was the most beautiful snow you've ever seen in your entire life. It was thick, it was fluffy, it was floating down. Hollywood never made a snow that looked that good. And ever since then, we've this has been a regular place for us. Well, anyway, back to the lesson. Well, what was I saying? I think I got off a couple of other things. But that's the lesson of Johnny Morris. The reason that I say that is because every time I make a video telling people they can do better, that they should do more. I always get the complainers, I can't do any more. I don't know what to do. Well, not everybody has all the money in the world like you do. And guys, I assure you, I don't have all the money in the world. Matter of fact, I'm not going to announce what it is right now, but I'm going to be putting in a second channel. Oh, they haven't taken down their Merry Christmas sign yet. Usually it says Welcome to Paradise. But this is the gate. When we come through this gate and we see Table Rock Lake, and you know what? We like it on dreary days like today, just as much as on bright sunny days. So right down there, if you'll see, that's where we're headed. Not there, but off to the side. Yeah, down there a little bit. You'll see. We'll get there in a few minutes. But anyway, I'm going to be putting out another channel, and I'm going to be talking about what I came through, what Kelly and I came through, how we built up what we have, and I'm not one for excuses. I do not like excuses, and every time somebody comes on with a whine about I can't do it, let me show you. You're going to see a little bit about what one teenage guy started from a card table in the corner of his dad's liquor store. You know, we talk about the American dream. That's what the American dream is. That and there will also be those whiners and complainers that say, well, maybe it used to be like that, but it's not like that anymore because of blah, 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 blah. You know, there's an old saying that whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right, because it all depends on what you have determined you're going to do. And there's another old saying. Let me get down here for a second. We're about to enter the old entrance, and now it gets really, really interesting. Here's the old entrance from when we first started coming down here, Big Cedar Lodge. And when we come through here, hey guys, thank you for being quiet, but I'm going to ask you right now, how do you all feel when we turn in here? Is it good?
Yep.
Yep. That's all the kids behind. And when we go look at that view of the lake right ahead of us. When we come down here, the cares of the world. Just not that I have a lot of cares of the world. I changed my life so I don't have a lot of cares in the world. And you know what? You can too. If you think you have the world, you know, on the weight of the world on your shoulders, be like Atlas and shrug it up and change your life. And you can. And some people will come on and tell me, I can't. Well, if you don't think you can, then you won't. And I can't help that. But if you will, then you'll do it. And when we come down here, what do you think, babe? You like this down here?
No. I love it.
Oh, yeah. This is, and I tell you something
It
about...
never gets old entering this.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I tell you what I tell people about Big Cedar who have never been here. I said, not only is this place beautiful, and in a little while I'll make a video of when we get to our cabin and some other things while we're down here. But I tell people it's not just the beauty of the place, it's the people. It's the service at Big Cedar. And I tell people, if you call guest services at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, we need more hot cocoa mix. You want to get a view of the church over there? And if you tell them, I'm sorry, we've run short of hot cocoa mix, in 10 minutes, 2 people will be at your door smiling with a bunch of hot cocoa mix and asking if there's anything else they can do for you. Now, you know, this is a preparedness channel, and so right now there's going to be a lot of people saying, well, I don't think that's very preparedness. I don't think, because I think that It's better if I can live out here in the woods and poop in a bucket and all that, and just that fancy stuff is just not for me. That's just too fancy. Well, bless your heart. You do what you want to do, but I like to encourage people to make their lives better. Make your life better than it is. Otherwise, what are you doing? If you're only preparing in order to be able to survive the collapse of the world, which I do, that's what my books are about, right? I want to survive, but I don't want to just survive. I want to actually live. We'll just pause here for a second. I usually don't stop for geese because they'll get out of your way. I just want you to be able to see the reception center and the lake while I finish this out. I don't want to just survive after it all comes down, and I don't want us to just survive now. You should be constantly working to improve your position. I know that a lot of guys like to talk that, they like to say it because it sounds all tactical and military-like. Improve your position. Well, that's right, guys. Improve your life position. We talk about preparing well today in order to live well tomorrow. But I want to add to that and let you know and stress this. Live well today also. Now, don't live well today and not be able to live well tomorrow, but there's nothing wrong with increasing your quality of life today, and you should. You should have a place to go. You should have a place to improve the quality of your life, and you can do it. There are some of you out there listening to this that say, I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that. I want to do that. Well, you know what? You can do it. And there will be others, and you'll see them in the comments section, and they'll say, that's just us. And they'll whine and complain, and they'll say they can't be done. You know why? Because they won't work hard enough. They just won't put into it what it takes to better their lives. Well, I hope that all of you will better your lives, because I tell you, life can be great. Life is exactly what you make it. And I'm going to be doing another one of those, probably on the new channel, I don't know, about causes and effects, because you know what? You are guaranteed the effects of the causes you choose. All right, we're going to go in and get checked in and go to our cabin, but you all, I hope you enjoyed the drive in, and I'll talk to you later. Remember that we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow.